So for me, it's basically sharing my story to inspire, to let people know that whatever you put your mind to, yes, like I said, whatever you believe, just go for it and just do it and do it your way. So this afternoon is just to tell them about what I do. Like you rightly introduced, my name is Bola Ray. I've been in the media industry for the past 23 years, i.e. TV and radio. I started off, doing radio when I was on campus at the University of Ghana, Legon, and even before my national service. And then I joined to be there to do my national service at the campus radio station. So throughout my stay on campus, I was just doing, radio as well. Then when I completed, I went to do this commercial. Mind you, I did business administration at the university. I didn't actually do media studies or radio journalism or anything of the sort. But it was my interest and my passion, for the media. And although I studied business administration, I did some financial accounting, I did some economics, I did some, great stuff at the university. Mine was to follow my passion and was to follow my dream, that is being in the media. So I think that what I also studied at the university came in handy. It helped me a lot to actually do, what I have to do. So this afternoon is just to share my journey with everyone and let them know, where I've come, from and where we're getting to now. And that's International Youth Day. We just want to also congratulate the youth and let them know that they play a very unique role, both in the private sector and also, in the public sector, now more than ever. Many people will agree with me that yes, COVID has come, is taking a toll on all of us, but especially the youth out there, we are getting into a lot of stuff. We are the heartbeat of every nation. We contribute, significantly to our social economic development, and we form an integral part of the workforce. So for me, the youth is the new age. And as globalization continues and technology advances, it is key to keep in mind that certain jobs will become obsolete whilst new ones are created. And we, the youth, we need to be at the forefront of this. How can we be at the forefront of this? We need to think outside the box. It means that we need to be innovative in everything that we do. We need to be creative. We need to brand ourselves well. We need to pave our own path. So for me, like I said, being in the media industry for over 23 years, we started off during my days when we're playing music using cassettes. Then it evolved. We had CDs coming into being. Even before CDs, we had what we call, LPs or records. I know that many of the youth are not familiar with it, or what we call vinyls. So we used to use that, but it has evolved. Now many people will not even give you a CD for their song to be played, because we are branding well. We are creating our own path. We are paving our own path. People are now using pen drives. They're sharing songs, via Bluetooth. So it means that times are changing. And if you are a youth and you don't also believe in technology, you will be actually found wanting. So we really need to actually think outside the box and be creative at work. So my message this afternoon is, every youth out there, know that you are a born leader, but to be a leader, you need to be innovative. You need to be creative as well. How do you organize your life? How do you organize what you do? Wherever you find yourself as a youth leader, what are you doing? Are you mobilizing people to achieve the task? And every time when I wake up, that is what I think of. Because leading a group of youth, I mean, in my workplace, like you rightly said, close to about 150 people together, scattered across, the regions of Ghana. And if we have to actually employ these people to creative, we also need to be at the forefront of, sparing them all and mobilizing them to say that you can achieve.
I think the network is off and
that
on.
that that tax. And in our field, it is ever changing. So it's
Hello,
important
sir.
to stay current with the times and stay knowledgeable. And that is what I tell all my folks that are into what we do and even outside, that we can't be, at one place all the time. In fact, it's been said that if you are at one place and people are moving forward, your being at one place can be interpreted as you going backwards, because the market is ever changing. So it is important, and that is what also COVID has taught us. But in all of this world, what do you say? Oh, daddy wanted me to be a doctor. So that's what this lot of lawyers. So they asked me to do that. I want to be a creative designer. I want to be a lawyer. But mom said, and create great furniture. But my dad says, well, you cannot do that. Go and be something else. Go and be maybe a broadcaster. So people are being discouraged day in and day out. And listening to me this afternoon, I can tell you that you must be passionate there because they're not following their passion. Somebody might be earning well, might be in some good institution. Recently, I had a friend who says, I've worked with the bank for 11 years. And I said, let me go out there and do something that I love. And what is it? Actually starting my own restaurant. And 2 years down the line, she's doing very well because she's happy with what she's doing and she's doling out that with a lot of joy. So it is important for us to enjoy what we do. When I started off, in the media, as in DJing and everything, people were laughing at me because they thought, okay, as a graduate, why do you go out there and you want to play music for people to, that is for school dropouts. But I knew what I wanted to do. I said, it's not just about DJing. It's also one day owning, and being part and leading a media house. It's one day owning a record label, an entertainment outfit, an event organization. And that is it. So you have to also follow your passion and not be talked into. In following your passion, you need to be determined. Determine the demand. What is it that you want to create? How do you want to make, a difference? And do your research. Many people say, oh, okay, people are getting into IT and I want to get into it. Why do you want to go into it? Do you have the passion for it? Are you determined to succeed? Have you done the research? Or you feel that Bill Gates is making a lot of that, so you also want to do it? No. We have to do our research and know, will this pay? Will I have the time to do it? And then make a plan. So yes, it's important to have the passion, but to be determined. You have to also do. You have to make a plan and also become qualified. In all these things, yes, you face challenges. It will not always be rosy. I've seen many people say, well, I tried doing this and then I failed, so I've stopped. Clearly, it's because it's difficult or because I think if I go in, I'll fail. I laugh because they're laughing at somebody who has tried. I would rather choose the person who tried and failed over the person who didn't try at all. So we must be flexible. We must know that, yes, there are certain key steps in making passion a success. And in all of this, you've seen many of the youth out there also saying, well, I want to actually move from stage 1 to stage 5 in about 2 months, 3 months. It's not possible. You can't actually do that. People have come through with the get rich quick syndrome. From where I sit, I see a lot of the youth, they'll come to you and say, oh, I'm expecting these funds from, abroad. Can you use your account to actually receive that money for me? And a lot of fraudulent activities are going on. You see a lot of people come and say, I want to be a TV presenter. I don't mind what any man does to me. I'm ready to rise to the top quickly and all of that, because if somebody at the top is having an affair with me, then I can get there. And I ask them, every time I ask them, do you have the power? If yes, why then do you need to validate you before you get to the top? You have to work hard. It doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, I started off as going to be easy, but I knew that there'll be satisfying goals and career development. It is important to remember that there's no substitute for hard work. There's no shortcut to success. I was reading about Elon Musk, how many times he's filled with SpaceX, and now he goes out there to space, people are celebrating him. I was reading about Mark Zuckerberg. We can go on, Jeff Bezos, of Amazon. We can go on. Alibaba with Jack Ma. Look at what they've done. So we really need to know that there's no shortcut to success. We have to work hard. We have to be passionate about what we do and just move on, to just do that. So this afternoon is clearly telling people out there that whatever you want to do it. But don't think that there's a shortcut to do it. Oh, okay, so Bola Ray is a household name today, so I want to be like Bola Ray. But it took Bola Ray 23 years or more to do that. So it is important that as the world change, we also evolve and know what we want to do. So in all of this afternoon, that is what briefly I want to share, with a lot of people out there. Let's get, rid of this gets rich quick syndrome. It's creeping into our society a lot more these days, and make passion our profession. So one, it's important. Let's avoid, trying to say we want to be rich, we want to do this. Let's also choose good role models. There's social media, the good, the bad, and the ugly. People come and flaunt a lot of things. Do we do our research about them and say, how did they get this money? How did they acquire this wealth? Or we just want to follow them and be like them because of what they are showing on social media? Clearly not. So we need to choose good role models. Let's be hardworking, let's be diligent and go out there for them. Also, in trying to get rid of the get rich quick syndrome. All right, then. So I was just trying to wrap up in terms of that, telling the youth, about the get, rich quick syndrome, how to get rid of it and all of that. I think I told them to avoid building a facade, around them and all of that. And also they should choose good role models. I think that is important for us to get good role models and also get mentors who will actually help us to develop in everything that we do. But in all of this, we should never give up. It's important. Let's be strategic. Let's not give up in everything that we do. And once we put our minds to it, trust me, we are going to actually achieve it. It is possible. So really, if they want to learn more about me, I have a book out there. It's on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. It's called "It Is Possible" by Bola Ray. That's the Bola Ray story, and they can actually, find it and ask all the questions as well. I am Bola Ray Official on Instagram. That's my handle. So Bola Ray Official on Instagram. I want to tell the youth out there that they shouldn't give up. Whatever that they achieve, it is possible for them to do that. So it's not a problem at all. Okay.
Wow.
I want to thank you for this great opportunity to speak to Africa and the whole world about, us going out there and building a dream and not giving up on our dreams. Many people are giving up on their dreams and they think that, well, I cannot achieve it. It's too difficult. It's a laborious task. No. If people have gone to the moon, if people are out there building spaceships, they are building submarines, then what is our excuse? We can't have any excuse that we cannot do it. People are breaking new grounds. People are going out there finding a vaccine for COVID. And we're here thinking mediocre. We're here thinking that we cannot achieve it. We're thinking that we'll fail. Certainly not. There's more in us that God has actually placed. And we should go out there and unearth, those questions. So I'm ready for all the questions that may come in.
Okay, sir. We have a couple of questions here. Let me ask this. How do you keep going when you know your vision is bigger than you and really looks like it can be achieved? It really does scare you.
Thank you. That's a very good question. I think that because I surround myself with great people, I always say that I am here because one, because of God, and two, the wonderful people that I have around me. Like they say, teamwork makes the dream work. I don't know it all. So I surround myself with people who are also able and capable of achieving the vision or the goal that I have. There are people out there who dream bigger dreams, great dreams, but it's not those people who go out there and achieve it. Somebody might dream of, let's do this. Like it is said, God, Moses and everybody are trying to get to the promised land, but it didn't get Moses to get there, but the Israelites got there through Joshua. So somebody might have the vision, but not necessarily you, the person, to go out there and execute. So you need a team to actually help you go out there and put it together. You might be part of the vision and the execution. But one thing we should learn is that we cannot do it alone. In Africa, I've seen, especially in Africa, that many people don't want partnership. They want to do it all by themselves and say, well, this is Mr. A who did this. This is Mr. B. But what stops us from coming together if we can find like-minded individuals so that we can be extra big? And that is what great multi people coming together, forming a conglomerate, forming partnerships, strategic partnerships to achieve certain goals. I believe it's a time for Africa to say that I'm Mr. A in Nigeria. I can actually do this with Mr. B from Ghana and put Africa on the map. It is important for us to do that.
Right? Okay, so the second question is, how do you get people to believe in your passion in this generation, even when your passion is not currently paying or doesn't look promising at first? How do you get people to invest in you and support you?
One, I think that is all about, it's not I think, I know because I walked that path. I've had a dream where I went to somebody and I had to sound convincing, but it's important that you have integrity. There are many people who go out there and don't have the integrity, or they don't even themselves believe in the dream. And many a times I need to state that family members or close friends will stop us, not because they don't believe in us, but they feel that we will fail. So they don't want us to push forward our dream. But we have to know that we've come out with this dream and we must first and foremost believe in it. But integrity is everything. There are many people that you give them the first money, they want to go and buy a Mercedes Benz. They want to go and buy a Range Rover. They don't want to bet their time because they want people to know that they have arrived. But the fact that you've seen Mr. A, who is successful, pulling over in a Chevy Cruiser or in a Rolls Royce, doesn't mean that you that have great dreams that you want to actually build the biggest, should I say, IT firm, should in your first year or two also go and buy a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes. You have to also bid your time. So integrity is key. And that is what a lot of the youth are also lacking. So many of the mentors or people who want to push and help them are also afraid because they feel that if I should give you $100,000, what are you going to use it for? Yes, it's okay to be in a nightclub and have a good time. But if you are using the resources or the money that you have to put into your business, certainly there will be no business in 2 months or 3 months' time. If you've earned it and you want to be in a nightclub and buy all the bottles of champagne, why not? And once you can afford it, you go for it. But not with the capital that you want to inject into the business being blown away. So we have to demonstrate that we have integrity, that the people can trust us. I've had somebody that I spoke to, I remember in 2012, I spoke to somebody about a record label business. And within 15 minutes, he had signed a check of $50,000 for me because he believed in the dream.
Wow.
That we should go out there and produce a certain group of artists. And also, I remember starting off Ghana Meets Niger. Although I lost almost about $20,000 then, the person who believed in the dream said that, look, I'll not give up on this. Yes, we lost money, but it was a well-organized show, bringing artists from Nigeria to perform on the same stage as their Ghanaian counterparts in 2010. The person moved on to sign also another check for us to do equivalent to almost about $60,000 then.
Wow.
Because he actually believed in me and my passion. The way I spoke to him about it and said, this is possible, this can be done. And today, 10 years on, Ghana Meets Niger has become a brand. It's become a household name. That in 2017, we even went as far as the UK to do the Ghana Meets Niger concert at the O2 Arena. This is something that started off here in Ghana in 2010 that many people didn't believe that, okay, are you sure you bring Two-Face Idibia to Ghana? Are you sure you bring MI to Ghana? At the time, Nice with Gongwaso was the reigning song. And when I said that, people didn't believe it because we conceived the idea just casually. But we put our mind to it that we can do this. And 10 years on, we've had the likes of Wizkid coming in here, Davido coming in. I mean, you name them, Don Jazzy and the Mavens. They've all been on that stage. But it started off as a dream on the sheet of paper. Today, that dream has actually gone to get people like the MTN, multinationals like MTN, and Tigo and all of that to sponsor such a brand. But it was an idea. So whatever that you're thinking of, never think that you cannot do it or it's not achievable. Or
so let's. This one says, how do I manage early success?
Yeah.
early what?
Early success.
I think that you have to be humble. We've had many people who success gets to find them early, and they become arrogant, egocentric, full of themselves. They disdain or look down on people. It shouldn't be that way at all. I think that for me, success doesn't make noise. Yes, it's good to celebrate and be happy, but I've met a lot of successful people who are also very humble. In fact, the most successful people are people who even you won't get to know. They don't put on those big names. Yes, they like the finer things in life, but they're happy to listen. They're happy to help, and they are not egoistic.